What is up, everybody? We just had our third recoupling of the season, and also we are going to get an opportunity to potentially vote some people out ourselves. So it's going to be an interesting week on Love Island for sure. So let's jump into everything that we've missed, everything that's happened since our last recoupling, as well as go over all our new couples. We'll kind of just talk about the couples one at a time and everything related to them. First off, let's start with Amy and Wes. As I was sitting watching the recoupling, this is the only couple that I guessed wrong on. I really thought she was going to go with Isaiah, and maybe I misread that situation with her and Wes. I really didn't think that there was much of a connection there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, like, is that a couple, or those two people that end up getting voted out, just because like we haven't really seen anything from them. Wes being the new guy, that always puts him at a disadvantage. We also don't know if the vote is going to be voting out a couple or just voting out individuals. In which case, if it is individuals, Wes is probably safe, because I imagine everyone will be out there voting Jeremy off. Really don't have much to say about these two as a couple. It was an interesting little period for Amy. You know, she had Wes pursuing her. She had a little something going with Isaiah. Also, like today, she declared that she had feelings for Jeremy again, you know, right as he's pursuing Florita. So really, like, her choice was probably most up in the air out of everyone. Next up, we might as well go to Cachet, who chose Corey. You know, we had kind of the last minute last recoupling of Cachet and Isaiah. Looked like they were doing decently, but we just kind of get this, I don't even know what it is from Isaiah, where like we see him saying the exact same thing to every woman. Like he's kind of almost saying contradictory things, because he's saying the same stuff to everybody he talks to. And I'm not even sure that he's aware that he's doing that, but you know, it just kind of comes off as wishy-washy, as non-committal. And then we end up with a situation where Cachet chooses Corey. You know, there's no love connection there, but Cachet just really couldn't bear to see Corey leave, wanted to give Corey that chance at love. And I'm glad she did, because I did not want to see Corey go home. I'm very interested to see what happens with Florita and Corey moving forward. If somebody else comes in to spark Corey's interest, I really hope that somebody comes in for Cachet. I absolutely love her to death. She's by far my favorite person on the whole season, and very interested to see what happens there. We might as well go straight to Florida, who chose Jeremy. Jeremy, the most wishy-washy, boring guy of the season. You know, he was in with Trina. They seemed so great. And then he just flipped that switch off. Who did he jump over to next? Amy, I think. And things seemed good there until he kind of once again switched off. Jumped over to Florida. We're not even to the point where things are good with them yet. And you know, just kind of over Jeremy in general. And if we are voting out individuals, I fully expect him to be the guy who is voted off by the fans. On the women's side, I really don't know if it's gonna be an easy decision. I really don't know. Like my least favorite is probably Trina, but honestly, I just can't really see her getting voted off at this point. Speaking of Trina, let's just jump to her and Cinco. You know, they've just kind of turned into background characters. Like what are we seeing from Trina and Cinco anymore? It's not much, almost nothing, which probably means that they're doing well as a couple, just not being very entertaining. I don't even want to talk about them anymore. So let's jump over to Olivia and Giovanni. This was an interesting one. You know, it was Olivia was going to have to choose between Giovanni and Slade, and then boom, Slade goes home. He has a personal issue come up at home, and he's gone out of the villa. Game over. Slade is done, and Olivia's back with Giovanni. What is there? I don't really know. You know, are they developing feelings for each other? Are they getting closer? Are they just friend zone? It's very, I just can't tell. I'm kind of rooting for Giovanni. You know, as a guy, I'd probably connect most with him. Personality wise, just his attitude. I probably see more of myself in him than any of the other guys, but he just isn't really making that big, deep romantic connection, and it just feels like Olivia is just holding out for something better. Next up, let's go to Josh and Shannon. You know, they got the Hideaway. And like, I fully expected Will and Kira to get the Hideaway. You know, Josh and Shannon kind of had a roller coaster. Will and Kira, you know, Will wasn't here right from the start, but once he came in and matched up with Kira, they've kind of just been inseparable since that point in time. Versus Josh and Shannon, who have definitely had a roller coaster, but have seemed better since they had their issues. But Josh and Shannon, they get the Hideaway. They get to go and bone for the night. First Hideaway of the season. Kind of interesting. I just don't like the thought that everyone just like immediate was like, oh yeah, Josh and Shannon definitely has to be them, because I was absolutely thinking Will and Kira, who is our final couple. They probably are the strongest couple in my opinion. One of my favorite couples as a whole. You know, maybe individually aren't my favorite, but as a couple, they've definitely grown on me and are becoming my favorite couple. I just think that they're super cute together, even if Will can't say lingerie. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap things up for our third recoupling. Few surprises in there, few not so much. A few interesting storylines moving forward, and I'm excited to see how everything goes down. Probably won't be back again until the next recoupling. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.